Welcome to the AHC Reality Bites. For those of you that I don't know, I'm Faye Murray and my business is YourCoach. I've got a favourite subject that I've been talking about with my clients and my workshops that I've been doing all over Australia, and Sandy asked me would I share it with you. It's actually a story because I like telling stories, because I find that if I've got a subject that's a really important subject, if I make it into a story or create a story, people remember that. So this story is about processing a client. Now, I believe that in a salon, there are three types of service. At the bottom, we have what I call bad service. And if you're a salon owner, you spot that at 100 paces. And when someone in your salon offers a client bad service, if they're rude, if they're indifferent, you address it, or at least I most certainly hope that you address it, because if you don't, you're very soon going to have a salon that's in trouble. At the top, we have what I call good service. And good service is amazing service. Good service is just as easily to spot from your point of view as the salon owner, or also from a client's point of view. Good service makes us feel good if we're a client. Good service, if we're a client, makes us happier about spending more, and we do like that. And good service is what gets a client to come back to the salon. And mostly, clients who get good service, what do? They go out there and they tell their 10 best friends, wow, this is what they do. We talk about it all the time, good service, when we experience it. In the middle, there's a really big gap. And that gap is what I call processing. And you and I, as consumers, when we go out there into consumer land, we are processed all the time. And in your salon, it's happening every day. Not by all of your people, but by some of your people some of the time, and by some of your people a heck of a lot more than it should be. What does processing look like in a salon? Hi, come on through and take a seat. Processing. Susie won't be long. And Susie might be 20 minutes. That's long in my book. Just come across to the basin and we'll get you shampooed. How exciting is that? Would you like a coffee today? And when you bring it over, there you go. Reception at the end. Now that's $200 today. Would you like to pay with cash or card? Would you like to rebook, or would you just like to call? Now there's some examples of processing, and as I said, they're happening in your salon. And it's not just about the words that you say, and some of you might be even having a little chuckle about this at this stage. It's not just about the words that you say, it's how you say it. Hi, just take a seat. Susie won't be long. Just come across to the basin. There's an indifference. And we can feel indifference. And how does it make us feel? Like we're just a number. It doesn't make us feel special. So when you can also feel anger. If someone's having a bad day, come on through and just take a seat. That's part of processing as well. And anger, if someone's having a bad day, you've got to get out into that salon, you've got to act. It's a stage. Now, Paula Hibbard, and most of you know my beautiful friend Paula and I have just done a national tour where we've been travelling together a huge amount. So we've been playing a little game, because I talk about processing in this workshop that I've just done. So every time we're processed, we turn to each other and go, processed, just processed, processed, and it's a real giggle. But we've started encouraging people in our workshops to do this, and we were checking out of a hotel in Canberra just a couple of weeks ago, and 4 of the people who attended the workshop and Paula went over to reception to get their car parking validated. And they were in a little queue, one behind each other, and as they walked back to me, they all in unison went, processed, processed, processed. So have a look in your salon. I know it's happening. Nobody will have a salon that it's not happening in. And make your people understand when they're processing, it's saying, I don't really care. I just want to move you from point A to point B. and I believe it'll make a big difference to having great service in your salon.